Hey everyone, this is Aruna Arichami, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. In my lecture series today, we're going to see about the few concepts under the data structure, that is abstract data type. Kindly watch my previous video and then watch this video. So in my previous video, I have detailedly explained about the data structures along with the various types of data structures. So what do we infer in this particular picture? So I have given the four picture. In the four picture, it will give some information or it will show something behind this particular thing. So can you able to say what is the behind the thing? Yes, absolutely correct. So all this thing it is only having the external structure. We are hiding the logical part present inside the thing. So that particular thing only we can call it as an abstract data type. Here all my picture, I have shown only the design part. I have hide the logical part, what could be present inside the thing. So this is a major thing. So why we can go for a abstract data type? So major thing is why we can go for a abstract data type is it is a conceptual model or a mathematical model. It will have the collection of operations. So each operation can be able to perform a particular function, particular thing. So in this thing, we can able to hide the implementation part, and also it is majorly used for the code optimization and reusability. So your abstract. So major best example is, I think everyone, we are having the habit of reading the book. And also that is one of the example for the abstract. So initially in the book, the front page, they can give the abstract. That is a gist about that particular book. And also we are listening the news, and we are having the promos for the particular function or a particular thing. Everything it will shows the detailed part will be hidden. Only the needed part or a simplified part, that is a external part, can be given in that thing. So through that we can able to understand what could be going to that we can able to see it over there. So that type only we can call it as the abstract data type. So here abstract data type, definitely we are having the model is needed. That particular model, it will contain the two parts. One is the properties, another one is the operation that could be performed for that particular data. Data must contain the properties. By using the properties, what type of a operation can be able to perform. That is a major thing over here. So this is a model of the data type. So your abstract data type can be classified as a conceptual model or a mathematical model or a logical representation with the collection of various operation. Your operation may be union operator or arithmetic operator or a relational operator, everything. It will become under the collection of operations. And also type defined in the term of the data items, and also their associated operation is not it in implementation part. We are going to hide the implementation part. That is a logical part can be hidden. So only I have to give it the, will have a collection of operation as well as the data. For performing this data, definitely we are having a certain operation. So this is the thing, we can call it as the abstract data type. So how this abstract data type can be implemented is, one way is by using an array, another one way is by using the linked list. So in your linked list, it is a sequential search. I couldn't able to randomly pick this particular value. If I want to node 3 data, means I have to go search from the traverse the data from only 0th node. So first I have to check the 0th node. Again, I have to check my first node and second node. Then only I can able to reach the third node. In this thing, in array implementation, if I want to search the third node, I can give array of 3. So 3, if I give array of 3, I can able to easily pick that particular way. So this is a thing behind the array list and the linked list. And also your abstract data type, it will have a properties and operation. For example, by using an integer number, my number may be a negative or a positive number. Now for integer ADT, I have operations called as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. This is for a simple integer. So this thing only we can call it as the ADT, abstract data type. And also your abstract data type is nothing but, and what is the relationship between ADT and the data structures means, you are having an application program. Through interface only we are connecting all the functions. Each function, it will have a certain structure to store the data. that particular structure either may be an array or a linked list. So this only we can call it as a memory. This entire thing we can call it as a abstract data type, because our abstract data type will have a either private function or a public function. Each function it will have a certain operation. In certain operation, how the data can be stored means that for that particular part only we're going to study the data structures. So this part alone we can call it as a data structure. So these are the various examples of a data structure. We are having a list ADT, stack ADT, queue ADT. So your list will be a sequential search, and your stack is the also linear data structure. Queue is also linear data structure. So queue, you are having a do operation. So it may have the first in, first out operation, but stack in last in and first out operation can be followed. Stack, it will have only one way to enter and delete the data, but queue, it will have a two ends. One end we can insert the data, the another end we can able to delete the data. So basically list, we are having a various operations. So these are the various operations we can able to perform under the list ADT. And also we are having a stack ADT. These are the various operations we're going to perform it in the stack ADT. The major thing is the push and pop operation. Push is we're going to insert the certain value. Pop means we have to remove the value in the particular stack. It will have only one entry and the one exit. Through that only, same entry only, we're going to insert and delete the rest. So only we can call it as it is last in and first out property. Also, what is the major use of ADT means? Portability is increased, and also code can be reusability, and complexity of program can be reduced, because we are going to hide the logical part. We're going to show only the external part to the user. So these are the major benefits of a abstract data type. So my next series, we're going to see about the how we can implement the list by using an array and the linked list implementation. Thank you for watching my video.